waiting on a box of corals. I'm waiting on a box of new corals, and if you've ever bought corals online, you know this feeling well. It's like this excited anticipation where you have this constant line of eye contact with the front door. I mean, you are ready for your package. It's like ever since you hit add to cart, it's like this whole adrenaline rush. And then from the time it arrives until then, you know, you're counting down the days, counting down the hours, and then you sit by your door and you just wait for the post guy. I mean, I've never been so excited for the post office man to drop off a package. I'm just trying to find ways to fill my time. I don't usually test magnesium in the mornings, but hey, we're testing magnesium now. We're testing magnesium now. Really excited for today's package in particular because I'm getting it from SBB Corals. If you keep acros, his acro and Gani selection, if you like high-end corals, high-end acros, Ganis, etc., then you know of this guy. You know of Shane Becker because his corals are just something else. Beautiful corals. I've honestly been a bit scared of his corals because they're almost so nice. He does some kind of like voodoo magic with these acros, guys. Like, I don't know. If you've ever seen his corals at a show, I don't even know. There's no words. They're like fluffier than any other acros you've ever seen. They have more polyp extension. They just got added to these tanks at the show, but these corals look like they've been living in this little frag tank that's temporarily been set up with like a hang on the back filter, for the show, and it looks like it's been sitting in an established aquarium for like 50 years at least. Like, these corals, like, there's no exaggeration. They're so healthy. They're so healthy that it's made me question everything that I do in my tank. He practices voodoo. There's no way. Like, there's no other way. There's no other way. These corals are no joke. So I'm very excited for this package to arrive. So I guess we just wait now and see. Time to open it. I'm so excited. I waited about 2 weeks for this package to arrive just because after he cuts acros, which I got a few of in this package, they like to let them heal up for like 2 weeks, which is something that I really like because nothing is worse than getting fresh cuts of SBS that just aren't as happy generally and take way longer to, grow out. Nothing is better than a nice healed in frag. You know what I'm saying? Let's open this thing and see what acros I got. Got a nice sticker here. Look at that. That's cool. I still don't know what to do with my whole sticker collection. It's nice and warm that I've got going. I need to figure out what I should do with all of my stickers. Let me know in the comments. I should probably get my own, right? But yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. Ooh, okay. We've got the Banana Crunch here. This is one of his new releases that he just brought out. The purple green polyps. It's absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see this guy in the tank. Up next, we have the Wacky Watermelon. Look at the size of this frag, y'all. Talk about a chonky frag. That thing is huge. I'm super excited for this guy. Look at him. Like, they're so big. Never got frags from like a store that are actually this large before. Gelato Sundae. Gelato Sundae is gorgeous. Look at that. Funky Monkey, another really nice one. Funky Monkey. I like the name. And last but not least, on top of getting some acros, I did get some Ganis. Look at these guys, y'all. Oh, made my Gani garden look really nice. I'm so excited, y'all. This this is unboxing corals is definitely the best part of this hobby. Like, fight me on it. It's like a rush seeing all of them at once. The best package you could ever receive in the mail, hands down. I feel like I'm on a cooking show or something, but I've never actually gone through the process of how I dip my corals with you guys, so what better time than today? So I start off with just a little bowl here that I'm going to place the water with the coral in. This is Banana Crunch here. Pop the guy inside. Look at that packaging. That's really nice. Look. That's pretty cool. You can't see, but the name of the corals on the little frag thing. That is probably the smartest way I've seen it done. It's like even when they put the name on the outside label, you still don't remember when you actually put it in the tank unless you like take a picture or something, you know? So this is actually really ingenious. I love that. Beautiful Banana Crunch. Pop them in there. Now I usually just do 1 or 2 corals at a time. I mean, depending on how many I have, but 1 or 2 corals at a time. And I'm just gonna do all of the acros at once and all of the gonies separately. Show you guys, but I did actually let the bags float in the tank before I'm doing this. You want to make sure that the temperature is nice and, you know, situated first before you go ahead and do the dip. We're going to take our Coral RX here, add a few droplets in. I'd say maybe like 3 or 4 droplets with the pipette. That should be good. Mix it around. I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. I'm just going to be basting the corals here, especially around the bases, to make sure that there are no pests coming out. It's really important that you do this with like every coral that you ever get. Otherwise, you run some risks of like flatworms, acro-eating flatworms, and all sorts of ugly stuff. You don't want that. What's going to happen after this timer runs out here in about 2 minutes is I have some water from my tank and 2 little Tupperware containers here. This is going to be the water that I just kind of washed that dip off in. And then this is just going to be some water to hold them in until I pop them in the tank. In about a minute, we are going to rinse that off. I really feel like I'm on a cooking channel now. In about a minute at 350 degrees, we're going to pop them in the oven. No, I'm just joking. Don't pop your acros in the oven. Let's take a look. No, I don't see anything. Rinse them off a little bit. Our acros are done.
Pretty much speak for themselves, y'all. I'm super excited for these new additions. If you guys are on the hunt for any new acros or goni, definitely check out SBB Corals. I'm super happy with this pack, but now I just gotta figure out where to actually place them. I'm running out of room, y'all. I'm running out of room.